Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. So I thought I would run out here quickly. I just noticed my son gave me some flowers, some creeping phlox, and I thought I would do a May garden tour. It is currently May 20th today. Thought I would show you around my garden. A lot is popping. As you can see, this tree behind me, lots of spring color, but there are a few beds that are still fairly dormant, like things are just popping up. So I might skip those, but let's get started. But starting off, I feel like I always start off in this section and I am absolutely loving it. Ignore the long grass. We have not mowed yet. That's on the list of things to do this weekend. But this view right here, I'm trying to see, this is probably the worst time of day to be filming this. This view right here, we have a red splendor flowering crab with a beautiful autumn blaze maple that's just leafed out, a pink spires crabapple, and then a blue diamond blue spruce in that pink, green, pink, blue. I'm loving. And then, as you can see in my whiskey barrels, I planted up some lemon cypress. So you have that bright chartreuse, and this right here is just everything in my opinion. So I want to get a little bit closer to show you the difference. So here's the red splendor flowering crab, and it's more of a pink tone to me, but the buds here are a little bit more darker red, more like a burgundy than the pink spires. And then there's not a whole lot blooming here right now, but we are close. Well, I guess the rock garden's looking pretty fabulous. There's a lamium blooming well, the silver mound, I have a blue spruce sedum there. I planted a creeping jenny that has creeped its way up and it's starting to grow right there. I'm debating if I have another sedum that I bought to replace that one that died. I'm debating if I want to plop that in or if I just want to let the creeping jenny creep its way on up. So let me know what you think. But otherwise, everything's just looking really, really good. I have alliums that have budded up here that are about to burst open. Let me find it. The cat's pajamas nepeta is budding up and it's about to bloom as well. So I'm really, really happy with this space. Really, really love it. Okay, so I'm going to creep my way across. As you can see, my hydrangea standards have leafed out so beautifully. This one's a little bit behind, but they are coming. They are coming. So here's our fountain that was once leveled, but the ground has shifted. So it's no longer level. So we use it more as a statue, but someday I would love to get it leveled. We just need some heavy machinery to lift the layers and get it re-leveled. But here's the pink spires. As you can see, much lighter pink, and I'm so happy with how this tree is doing because you can see there's a couple dead branches that I want to come and prune out. But last year, like half this tree was dead and we thought we were going to lose it. Look how beautiful it looks now. It is in full bloom. Let me try a different angle with that sun. Yeah. Still see some tips of damaged dead branches, but it's so pretty. Okay, and then the blue diamond blue spruce that I was telling you about, it's one of my favorite trees on the property. I absolutely love it. Has that brilliant blue silvery color at all times. Okay, so I want to talk about this over here. This is my cut flower garden. And it doesn't look like much. It's crazy how fast the weeds have came in this spring. This weekend, my husband's planning, he has this weekend off of work. He's planning on tilling the garden. And I know some people believe in the no dig, no till. I use no dig, no till all the time. Like this is all no dig, no till with cardboard and mulch. And eventually I'd like to do it over there, but for now, just with the ease, we're just gonna till everything up. And then I'll begin planting, hopefully this weekend. But I wanted to kind of just point out some things over here. I have this sedum that I transplanted earlier, and it is coming back like it didn't even skip a beat. It is the double martini sedum, and it gets this dark burgundy color. in the later summer, which I'm super excited about. And then here's the blue salvia that I transplanted as well, coming back beautifully. Okay, so this is one of the peonies that I just planted, the Carl Rosenfield. Oh, there's the ants. And it is, oh, I am so excited. Look at that color. I will show you again when it is in full bloom. And then this is another peony I just planted, the Coral Charm. And as you can see, I cut all of the blooms and I brought them inside because I wanted to see them inside. And then this one right here, the Sarah Burthart. Oh, again, I am so excited. And then we have some Globemaster alliums right here that are budding up nicely. I have a couple of clematis here, and you can see I have buds on those as well. And here's my storm cloud, and it is coloring up and about to just, how many times can I say burst into color? I'm not sure what I'm at. As you can see, I have some grass that I need to take care of, but overall I'm very happy. Here's another clematis on this side of the arbor. Storm cloud, and again, excuse the cardboard. Like I said, I do no dig, no till, and we're planning on picking up some more mulch soon and just doing a fresh layer of mulch. I have bobo hydrangeas, and they seem to struggle a little bit this year. I have some more grass. This beast right here, oh my goodness. I love bee balm. I'm obsessed with bee balm. The smell, it's incredible. I love that it's deer resistant. It's a pollinator magnet. I love everything about it except for this one. It is the, what is it? Oh, no, I can't think of it. If I remember it, I'll let you know. But it's wild. I prefer the tidy clumps. This one it just looks straggly to me, but maybe some people will like it in that more natural prairie-like setting. So I'm debating. I have it planted all along here. There, down there further. I'm debating on ripping it out and putting a different bee balm that I prefer better. And then here's another coral charm over here, peony. Yes. So this tree right here, it's coming. This is a snowdrift crabapple, ornamental crabapple, and you can see the buds, when they bud up, they're like this dark pink color, but then when they open, they're white. And last year, this tree was absolutely loaded with blooms. It's not quite as loaded this year, but it's still really pretty. And then back here, I have a thunder child crabapple. Now there's two different types of ornamental crabapples. There's the crabapples that hold on to their little ornamental crabapples that they make. I'm still holding on to my flowers. And they don't drop it, and they stay on the tree, and they don't make a mess in your yard. The birds will eat most of the apples, if not all of the apples, come springtime. The other type of crabapple are the ones that drop the apples. This is one that drops the apples. So we have it planted kind of in the back corner. No one goes over here, but it's at the entrance of our driveway, so everyone can see it when you pull in, and it is gorgeous. It has the dark kind of plum colored leaves with the dark pink petals. Absolutely beautiful. The other two, the pink spires and the red splendor crabapples that are in the teardrop, those hold on to their apples so they don't drop on the grass and make a mess when you're trying to mow and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm currently standing right in front of the Thunder Child crabapple, and this is a teardrop from the other direction. Okay, moving on.
Look at this huge fat worm.
Look at that worm. Oh my goodness. Okay, coming right over here. Here is the weeping willow, pussy willow that I planted earlier. This is the very first thing that I planted this year. I love it. My husband did add a trunk, what are those called? Trunk protector? I don't think that's it. That's essentially what it does. Protects the trunk, especially in Minnesota. I don't get too much deer issues here in the yard, but it would protect deer from scraping against the trunk, but also it protects rodents. So underneath the snow, rodents will come and chew all the bark all around your tree and essentially killing your tree. This protects rodents from chewing them in the winter time. So I hate the way they look, but it keeps the tree safe. So that's why it's there. But this is looking absolutely gorgeous. And then right over here, excuse those pots. I had hostas planted in those pots. I didn't get them in the ground fast enough, and I don't think they survived the winter. I just need to move the pots. But here, I love this little area. I have daffodils, a ring of daffodils all around the outside, and tulips planted, just a mix of pinks, kind of orangey, reddy colored tulips, and I think it's beautiful. And then I have mange lilacs. These are my all-time favorite lilacs. They have the darkest purple I've ever seen. They're just starting to open out, and the most incredible fragrance I've ever smelled. Proven Winners has a variety of lilac that supposedly has the best fragrance out of all lilacs. I've never smelled it. What's it called? Blue. I'll put it up on the screen. But if anyone has that lilac, let me know. Proven Winners, if you want me to try that for you, I'll test it out in zone 3. But yeah, so I think mange is the absolute best lilac. Prove me wrong. Okay, so right to the left of this of this flower bed, right to the left of this flower bed, right over here. I kind of have to leave this gap of grass open for a reason, because this is where utility trucks go to get to the back of our yard. So over here I have my rock garden, and as you can see, the kiddos love to jump and play on the rocks. We've had a few casualties of stepping on plants, but that's okay. So right here, everything is filling in super nice. I have another silver mound. I have a bunch of lamium that's filling in. I can't remember what this one is. Summer Glory sedum. More creeping Jenny. Some creeping phlox. So when you come over here, I just have some heuchera. Oh, I have a dark ajuga. I can't remember the variety, but that's coming. I have some heuchera that came back fairly nice. Again, this will look so much better once I have more mulch, but I have some lamium that I planted there, and I just love that silvery pop of color from the leaves. I have some columbine, hosta. I had planted 2 dark side of the moon astilbes. There's one there. I had one over there, and I don't see it coming back. But sometimes plants surprise me. I have another hosta there just coming back. Lots of weeds. Lots of weeds. But here is my brunnera that I planted in a drift, and I absolutely love this here. And then I do have ragwort. I can't remember the variety. It's a type of ragwort, and I love this plant because it really looks like lily pads to me, like lily pads in the garden. Okay, so coming right over, oh please, if you saw the oranges, I'm gonna pick those up. We have Oriole feeders there, and when the Orioles have eaten most of the orange, I replace the orange, and we throw the old oranges on the ground because the chickens clean the rest of the orange up, and then I pick those up and the cycle continues. So coming right over here, this is just right off my deck, I have an Amber Jubilee 9-bark, which is just incredible plant. I do have to say it gets a little big for this corner of the house. So every other year we kind of whack it back a little bit, which is not recommended for a 9-bark, but it's what we do. And then I have another Limelight Hydrangea Standard, and I planted some hyacinths, not last fall, but the fall before, and it never came up last year. And lo and behold, here they are this year. And I have a few plants out. I'm kind of testing the territory. I like to place some plants out ahead of time before I plant them and see how I feel. So there's a bee balm. Here's a phlox, a tall garden phlox. The storm cloud I'm thinking about putting here. I need to rip out this spirea. And I'm thinking about doing the storm cloud, however, I'm not entirely sure because that will be a beautiful spring pop of blue here in this corner, but then it's just going to turn to green. And you can see this green is very similar to that green. And I have a barberry, which I absolutely love, but it's just mainly green foliage. Like there's not a whole lot that goes on there. So I'm worried that that's just another green shrub I don't think I'm gonna like. The thing I liked about the spirea is it added a little bit more color, and then it had beautiful pink blooms, and even when the blooms dried on the plant, I still loved it. So I'm not sure if I want to replace it with the spirea. It's right next to this maple, and eventually I feel like this area is going to be full shade, so I kind of want to put something there that can maybe take more shade than sun, but I'm not sure. So I have some delphiniums, the barberry. I'm not sure what happened there, why there's a tomato cage. I do not know. Oh, I had the, oh shoot, dang it, it's probably too late. I had this around the delphiniums for support, and I forgot to put it back on. I'm not sure what variety hydrangea this is, but it is coming back from the bottom, so I'll probably go through and clip off all these dead branches. I had some lamium that I planted around this hydrangea standard because I just want the sea of lamium. So coming over here, I planted this late last fall, and pretty much everything has come back. When I plant things that late, it gets iffy, the survival rate. I have a baby blue, is it called that? Baby blue or blue face, something. I took the tag off. That's why I shouldn't take off the tags. But the top died, and this is why I love it so much, because the top died. It's gotten this perfect ball, and I know it's supposed to get 10 by 10, 10 feet tall by 10 feet wide, and I want to keep it in that ball. So I don't care if it, gets 10 feet tall and wide. I just want it to stay in that ball form. And then over here, I have a spirea, which I'm thinking about maybe transplanting over to the other spot. 3 to 4 feet tall, 3 to 4 feet wide, rainbow fizz. Comes out with this beautiful red foliage that you can see, gets pretty pink flowers, and then look at that in the autumn. But it needs 6+ hours of sun, which that spot's currently getting, but I don't know how long it will get that. So I don't know. Other things that look really good is this peony that I just planted, and I already forgot, Felix Cruz. So no blooms on this one, I noticed, or no buds, I mean. So probably have to wait for next year. But in case you haven't realized this, I love barberry. This is the Proven Winners Sunjoy Gold Pillar, and this gets a little bit smaller than your traditional barberry, only 3 to 4 feet tall and only about 2 feet wide. But I think this will just be this beautiful pillar. So again, no dig, no till, cardboard sticking through. I didn't have a whole lot of mulch, so I made it stretch. But yeah, I had some repair works. So there's grass coming through. There's mainly only have weeds coming from where I cut holes around the plant. So there's a peony just popping up. But hopefully I can get this looking a little bit better soon. I did try planting some hibiscus, the Summerific Evening Rose. I keep checking it every day to see if it's coming back, because I don't know if I will or not. This was a gamble, and I don't see any signs of life yet, but we'll see. I know most people, it takes till the end of May to start getting growth on their hibiscus, and by most people I mean like zone 6 and higher. So being in a zone 3, I'm gonna expect to see growth probably in the middle of June if it comes back. Here is a false cypress. It's seen better days. There's tons of good looking growth on the inside. The top got nipped, I see, so I'll probably have to come and just prune that out. I kind of just want to skip over the rest of this, I guess. Things are just breaking dormancy. I have a rose, baptisia surrounded by And it's like, how do I even get that out with getting the roots? Because obviously if I just hand pull, the leaves break off. Normally with dandelions, I dig it out with the shovel, but I can't dig it out with the shovel because I'll dig out my baptisia. So hopefully the baptisia will just choke it out. We'll see what happens. And then I planted this creeping phlox.
I found the fastest beetle.
Wow.
Oh, this.
The fastest beetle in the whole world. Let me see. Oh, wow. Very fast. Good girl. I planted these creeping phlox as an afterthought. That's why they're not included in the cardboard and mulch. But when we get mulch here, hopefully, again, the list that I have for this weekend, I don't know if we'll get it all done, but hoping to pick up mulch this weekend so this next week I can work on mulching everything and adding it. So this is going to be our garden here. In that tarp, I have trees and a few pots that I overwintered. So this is going to be the pathway. And we're gonna have a big gate here, and I'd like to do like an arbor, but we'll get to that later. But that's why there's that gap here, because there's gonna be a gate here to get into the garden that stretches along this whole bed. There's our chicken coop. Yeah, so a lot of repeat plants, baptisia, rose. I kind of wanted the first 10 feet to be symmetrical on either side of the gate. And then it changes. So again, random pot. I need to do some major cleanup. This one looks a little bit worse for wear. And even when I look in, there's lots of dead and brown. So I don't know if this one will pull through. There is still some nice green growth. Okay, another Mr. Ed peony. And I have a couple little buds starting. It's still a ways away from bloom stage. I have another same gold pillar barberry, but it struggled a little bit. I need to do some pruning. This, okay. Again, ignore. This is where I stopped the mulch because I ran out of room, but I have a couple plants there that I want to show you. There is all the cardboard. I didn't run out of room, I ran out of mulch. There's my pile of cardboard. I just need to get more mulch. So this plant, I am so excited about this plant. And when I first saw it, I thought nothing of it, but this is the iceberg alley. I love that silvery. It's like, to me, looks like Dusty Miller in a shrub form. It is a type of willow, sage leaf willow, and as you can see, it gets these little catkins on it. Now there is one that has a little bit of red left, but imagine all these catkins speckled with that red color. It was absolutely gorgeous, and I wish I would have gotten a picture before they faded, but I loved this plant. I loved it, and I'm so excited because I'm hoping to see if I can use it in cut flowers once it gets more established. And then the other plant I'm really excited about is this. I mean, how cool is that? So this is called Cherry on Top Sorbaria. I guess I've never actually heard of that. Zone 3, 4 to 5 feet tall, 4 to 5 feet wide. Oh, you know what? This can take part sun. 4 to 6 hours of sun. This, that's how you wish. This would actually be a good spot for where that spirea died, because I love that color. And it gets these, I don't even know, like seed pods on top. This is last year's. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to prune those off. Yeah, I think I'll probably prune them off. But how pretty would that be in arrangement? Absolutely gorgeous. I'm very excited about that one. And then I kind of stopped there because, as you can see, there's just a pile of boulders, heavy boulders. I was pregnant when I was planting this up, and I didn't want to be moving. I think that's the sage leaf willow. I didn't even finish cleaning up. How embarrassing. But I kind of think it'd be cool to do another rock garden here underneath this hydrangea standard. We'll see. Okay. So right over here is the tack shed. Again, I have some nepeta, some roses. I don't know, things are coming alive, but still asleep, if you know what I mean. Silver mound. There's not a whole lot to see here, I guess, because it's still just breaking dormancy. Okay, I'm skipping over quite a bit of stuff because it's just not really growing yet. So we'll save that for another day, but I want to show you two other flower beds. This is a flower bed along the side of my garage, and this is probably one of my favorite spots in my whole garden. I love this bed. So I have clematises, which 2 of them died. I need to replace them unless well, I'll check it out later. I have peonies. I have a dark reader geranium that I am obsessed with, and I didn't realize they self-seed because right over here I have another dark reader coming up, so I want to transplant that to somewhere else because it's coming up in the middle of my Asiatic lilies. But I have some variegated bearded irises, which I'm super excited about because I had someone tell me they live in zone 4 and these did not come back for them. So I was so happy they came back for me, and I think it's because it's very protected on the side of the garage. But these is a Proteus clematis, and is that a bud? Yeah, we have buds, so that's exciting. I have peonies. I can't remember what variety, and I don't know what I was thinking, why I planted it that close to the garage. I might, maybe next spring, right before they wake up, I might like bump it here just to give it a little bit more space. We'll see. This is the other side. I have some Virginias coming. I absolutely love that. I can't remember the variety. Something shoe. I remember shoe. But yeah, I have some yarrow. This is where one of the clematis died. Yeah, very pretty. I love this. This is the last spot I want to show you, and it's a mess. However, I wanted to show you this weeping cherry tree because it is quite beautiful right now. This is the only time I like it. I actually want to take it out. I just feel like it was the wrong plant planted in the wrong, or nothing wrong with the plant. It was just planted in the wrong spot. And if I could transplant it, I would. But transplanting something this size is not realistic with just a shovel. Would I buy another one and put it somewhere else? Absolutely. This is on the other side of the garage that I just showed you. It hasn't been touched in probably like 12 years. Yeah, that sounds about right. It's overgrown. We have some dead plants. There's a dead, well, almost dead. It's kind of coming back. Dead spirea. Here's a Weigelia that's gone kind of crazy. What I would like to do is start from essentially ground zero and rip almost everything out. Start fresh. I'd probably keep the barberry because you know me and barberries. And there is a hydrangea here, so I might keep that. But everything else I want to go. So here's another weeping cherry. Snow came off the roof of the garage and it snapped this in half. So, but anyways, I'm showing this because of this cherry tree and to ask what you guys think. I think I just need to rip everything out and start over. Because once this tree isn't in bloom, it just looks very messy to me, which is maybe just the weeping effect. But I don't know. It just looks very, very messy to me, and I think we need to start over. And we are back where we started at the Red Splendor and in my teardrop section here. But that is my May garden tour. Lots to do, lots of work to do. But that's what makes gardening fun, I guess, is to look forward to. It's never done, which is good because then I feel like I'd be bored. But at the same time, there's always work to do. So that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye. Still have the flowers.